What's up, everyone? Matt back for another Who Are They Real review. And today, this was a fun one actually. Today, I'm really excited to talk to you about Bros. Produced by Judd Apatow, directed by Nicholas Stoller, and written and starring Billy Eichner. Um, this film is a landmark film. This film is the first film of its kind because it is a film about gay relationships. It is a completely uh, gay love story. It is man and a man. It's gonna piss some people off. Honestly, this is the kind of movie that should get a ton of uh, love at the box office, but it probably won't because we live in America, and it sucks because it's important for people to see themselves in this type of film, just like it was important just a few years ago for the Asian community to see themselves in Crazy Rich Asians. Bros is one of the most intelligent, funny, and overall charming romantic comedies I have seen since Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which, funnily enough, is directed once again by Nicholas Stoller. I think that Billy Eichner's just quirkiness, because if you've never watched anything with Billy Eichner, he's naturally a quirky guy. So you can see a lot of him in the actual lead character. And I think that was great. I mean, it at some point I felt like I'm not watching a movie, I'm just watching Billy Eichner's life, even though I know he's not necessarily 100% like this. And I couldn't stop laughing. My fiance and I went to the movie, got some spare tickets, gave them to her cousin and his boyfriend. And I think what was so awesome to me is once we got out of that movie, we asked them what they thought. And the first thing was out of their mouths was, "We feel seen." That feels so much like real life. It's ridiculous because they've had experiences similar to what you see portrayed in this film. They've had just these types of relationships. And I think ultimately it's one of the most realistic rom-coms because it doesn't take the turn you think it's going to take at a certain point. And I think that's important because if you do, it just doesn't feel earned. And this rom-com, and I think in general, Nicholas Stoller rom-coms, whether it be 5 Year Engagement or Forgetting Sarah Marshall, do a great job of giving you that. It feels like a more realistic outcome. But overall, the cast in general, whether it be Billy Eichner, Luke Macfarlane, Dot Marie Jones, Jim Rash, Deborah Messing, it's just such a funny cast through and through, in one of the most outlandish, outrageous rom-coms I have seen in so many years. It's a Judd Apatow produced film, so if you know Judd Apatow films, they do get outlandish and outrageous. But this is the first time in a while it felt outlandish and outrageous in a realistic way. And I think that honestly is part of this film's charm. It doesn't hold back. It's just like, hey, this is what it's like in the gay community. And this is what we go through. This is how our relationship works. And it's funny enough that there's a point in the movie when they're talking about how actually it's the opening of the film where Billy Eichner's film's talking about how at one point his character was asked to write a rom-com about gay people. And they wanted it to be like a straight relationship. And he's like, our relationships aren't like straight relationships. And he goes into this really well thought out diatribe about how just society in general wants to try to put the gay community in a box, the queer community in a box. And I think it's awesome to basically be making the movie that he wants to make, that tells the truth and shines a light on a community. The only thing I wish is that it was coming out in June or for Pride Month, because I think that would have been such a key factor to help this in the box office. But I don't have a single bad word to say about this movie from its performances. Luke Macfarlane was fantastic as Billy Eichner's love interest, and Billy Eichner's character is Bobby, and Luke Macfarlane plays Aaron. And these characters are just even so deep. Aaron's the more muscular, just athletic looking guy. Bobby is the more geeky, frail, not as strong. And if you've seen the trailers, they reference that. And it's just, it feels genuine. And I think that's the most important thing. So if I'm gonna have to rate this movie, which I am, I'm giving it a perfect 5 out of 5. I don't give these out a lot. The last one that got one was the Batman. But this is genuinely one of my favorite films of the year. I couldn't stop laughing. It's nice to see representation in original stories on screen. And I think we honestly need more of that in society and in film. And granted, we're probably going to see more films like this come out in streaming. And no, I'm personally tired of this. I want to see films like this with representation that matters on the big screen, and it's really important. You all should go out and see Bros. I know I'm gonna go watch it probably a second or third time, because this is by far one of the best theater experiences, especially if you have someone in your life. And let's face it, at this point, we all have someone in our life that is gay. So support them. Take them to the movie. Let them know you care. Let them know that they're seen. And just have a good time and enjoy yourself and enjoy them and embrace them and who they are. So with that, remember to like, subscribe, and follow everything we do over here at Watt Real Entertainment. Got a couple more reviews coming for you. It's going to be real fun. But until then, I'm Matt. This was another Real Review, and we'll see you next time.